We are now streaming uncut. As you know, it is uncut. It is real. I, Jackie gave me a curse jar. I can't find it because I was gonna put it out, but this is Tisa, as you know, and we got a nice show cut out for y'all today. Um, as you know, we have the board that's on your left in the front. And we ask that you click the board when you want to be recognized to speak. That's when it gets out of hand, when everyone's talking over each other. In the meantime, let's get the show started. Sean, you could go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yes, hello. It is me, nephew Sean, and whatever, and all that good stuff. Welcome to Real Talk Uncut. I am just want to make this quick announcement that I am signing a petition to get the name of this show changed just to Real Talk and not Real Talk Uncut. Because if it's uncut and it's Real Talk, I don't see why I can't cuss and say fuck. But apparently that's bad now. So I'm getting this name. I'm signing up to get this name changed.
All right. Well, if it's real talk uncut, meaning uncut could mean you could talk about almost anything, but you don't have to use vulgar language to do that.
It ain't vulgar. It's
It's live.
respectful language.
You think so? All
It
right.
is.
I'm still putting a curse jar up.
You can put the
You
curse.
know
I'm still
what?
paying.
I could understand if it comes out because sometimes I know I curse too. It comes out every
Mm-hmm.
once in a while. Also, but when every other word is motherfucker this, motherfucker that, fuck that shit, fuck this, fuck y'all, fuck that, it's just a little bit too much. That's all I'm
Is it?
saying.
What
Is
is
it
the
though?
word? What the words doing coming out your mouth?
I know. They normally don't come out my mouth. I mean,
Exactly.
but
They leave 'em to the professionals
to the professional.
like
Like me.
myself. Like
Like
myself.
me.
Well, if y'all figure that's got to be uncut, then y'all go ahead and uncut it.
Yep.
Just that as far as it being live, I'm recording live and everything else. We always had real. This is 9 years we're going on. I guess
Hmm.
we having like a new generation here that's using that type of language. Now you're right. The show says real talk uncut. Maybe I'll change it to real talk cut. We'll
But
take
yeah,
a
no.
vote. All
So
right, we'll take a vote. If
we'll take a
everyone
yeah.
feels that uncut really means that you could speak it the way you want to, using that type of language, this, that, and other. Sometimes I hear that type of language, I don't even hear the point coming across.
Hmm.
People, get into another swing of things and they off the subject.
Right.
And I
Right.
think that type of language veers you off like that. If you concentrate on your
Honestly,
answers,
I feel like you should be able to answer a question, answer the topic intelligently, without all that profanity
See,
being
here's the problem
used.
with that. Here's the problem with that, though. The problem is that who's to say what is proper and improper to answer the way? I can sit here
I
and
said
cuss.
I feel like.
No, no, no,
I
no, no. I'm not
said
saying you personally. I'm just saying in general.
yeah.
Who's to say what's the proper way to answer a question and the improper way to answer a question? And I think that's the big issue that with a lot of people, where with the older generation, they think that answering a question without all those cuss words is the proper way, and then us in our generation, we're like, it's just a cuss word, it's a word, we don't care. So it's like that differential. It's another line of old school, new
Because we're in
school
a
is what I believe it
generation
is.
of children that were raised by children. Period.
We
Or
are. We
children,
are. I
or
agree with that
children
statement, but
that had a parent as a best friend and not a parent.
a
so.
lot of time.
Well,
Well,
before we
okay,
get.
listen, okay.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
If
ahead.
y'all feel y'all want to say whatever words you want, that's how you're going to be seen. That's how I look at it. If and especially when you answer a question and you're cursing and you're not even answering the question, you don't veer it off to something else or take it out something on someone in the room or anything like
Lie.
that. That's when it gets out of hand.
See, that's also very, very bad because how are you going to sit here and say that, oh, because the way you answer a question or the way you talk now, I'm going to look at you in a bad way? I mean, if you want to sit here and say
I
that,
didn't
oh,
say
because he
that.
cusses a lot. No, no, no. I'm not saying that's what you're particularly going to do. I'm just saying that for people out there who do that, where, oh, because he cusses a lot, he must be ignorant. He must not talk
Not
properly. He
really.
must
I've
not,
heard
you know.
cursing all up in here. Very intelligent. Come from intelligent people to the
No,
point where I.
but I'm saying there are people out in the world who actually will hear you cussing and will be like, "Oh, you don't speak proper" or things like that. And all I'm just simply saying, so that that's not really fair because, like myself, I cuss a lot, but I'm very intelligent for my age. Be just 26 years old. I'm very intelligent and
Well,
very
let's look at the
knowledgeable about
actual
things.
truth of it.
And if you're gonna
Proper
run for
English.
office or something like that, you're gonna use that type of language.
I sure will.
You will. Okay. You'll be
Proper
up there
English
saying
is the
motherfuck
Queen's
this,
English,
that,
so
and the
none of
other.
us speak proper.
See who you get to, back you up.
Oh, I have a lot of people back me up because there's a way that you do it, and there's a way that you speak to people, and
Well,
I
yeah,
really
look at
feel like,
Trump. He said he want to grab the pussy, and he got voted in.
Yeah, that's true.
so
Or you could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and won't get in trouble, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Or we're gonna hang so and so. Yeah, no.
We're gonna build a fence and Mexico gonna pay for it. None of that happened.
Yeah, you can put a juice in
so
the
Look,
refrigerator
I'll
for
leave it
dinner.
up to the
They trying
audience.
to run again.
Right. There's some people that
not
don't
trying,
come.
succeeding.
There's some people that don't
But
come
he really
because of
not,
the
because he's cut out of
profanity.
some states.
And there
Now,
are some people
Who-
that don't come because they can't curse. So I'm
Y'all
caught
must not really.
between a rock and a hard place.
Understandable.
You
And as
know?
far as that whole Trump thing going on, y'all really do not understand how y'all politics work. You really do not understand how this shit work, do y'all? Sorry for
Why?
cussing, but because somebody I don't know who said it, but somebody said that he got cut off from a lot of the states and all that good. Do y'all really that don't matter? That don't matter if he got cut off from the states. That don't matter at all.
It
Y'all
doesn't.
really
It
think that?
does not matter.
Just like
It does not matter.
He's not gonna
He ain't
win.
even worried about it.
No, he's that man. Okay, all right. Y'all keep thinking he ain't gonna win, and when he wins, and we
The
come back,
reason why we're gonna talk about that today about the millennials. That's if he wins, that'll be the reason why. So
no, stop.
y'all are putting them in office.
I hate
That
when old
is
folks
not
do that.
fair.
They'll be the first person to, oh, it's the
It's
millennials'
not
fault. That's why y'all.
fair.
The reason why
There
the
are
man's gonna
articles. I
win.
got an article up there today talking about how the
Hey,
millennials are
that's
right.
part of
That's
my
part of
topic.
your thing
That's
too.
part of my topic.
The
That's part of my
reason why
topic,
they're
but
not, forcing their kids to go to college anymore and nothing like that because
yeah,
it's
that's
not
part of
worth
my
it.
topic. So
Exactly.
yeah.
All
But
right.
I'm saying people don't understand the way the election system work. Yeah, y'all keep thinking just because Trump is being put off these ballots that's going to keep him from winning. The reason Trump is going to win is because there's this thing called the electoral college, who is the people who actually pick the president. They are the people who put the president in office, not us. That's just some false delusion that they gave us. Oh, you the American people have the power to vote. Because if we had the power to vote people in office the way we're supposed to when it comes to the president, then Hillary Clinton would have been president, and we would have
Exactly.
never
We
seen
know
a Trump
that she
president.
got the
He got
popular
Right,
vote.
behind
right,
him
but
as well that they don't even discuss. Because other than that, why would he even? Why is he still going to court? Anybody else would have been in jail already.
Exactly. Especially if they were black.
exactly.
So why?
This man is not even worried because he ain't gonna spend a day in jail. Not one.
Not one.
Exactly, and everybody.
All they doing is taking up our time and trying to make us think of other things while they slide his ass in there. And these people,
well, I've been
that's
hoping
I
that
mean,
all
if
that
they put them in there, all these people is in trouble because they scared and worry about their jobs. That's all that is.
Just give me one.
So
Trump is
when it
going to
comes to
win
that,
the
Trump,
presidency.
y'all
Why?
keep thinking
Okay.
that just
Why?
because
Why do you think Trump's gonna win? Y'all lay it out.
Trump's going to win,
because he
Trump's
got
going to
the
win
people
because the
behind him.
elect.
He has the Republicans
Wait,
behind
that's
him
what
now.
Y'all keep thinking that this got something to do with the people. This ain't got nothing to do with the people. We don't have no power to vote nobody in the office, and I really wish people would understand how the
you
election
don't
system
vote
works in this
for
country.
office.
We really don't.
Say,
Y'all
you do
keep
not
thinking we
vote
do.
people put
I-
people in office. It's the other countries who do.
All
Ain't
right.
no dang on way. All
You
these
wrong too,
times.
Berlin, but
No, think about it. Really think about it. All these people who doing all this, going around talking about, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Where do you see that at? In other countries who get it, but we get the back shit. Not once have our country had did what they said they was gonna do for the people, but other countries get what the president say that we supposed to get.
I
because
don't
other countries
understand.
don't have the system that we have built against them. So,
What
basically
I'm
what she's
saying
saying is,
is,
what
we
Berlin
might
is
be
saying is
voting for
that
these people, but it's
you're
not
not
for
voting for
us.
anybody.
I don't. Of course, I don't vote for nobody. I'd be damned if I live in a country that makes its own money and everybody's still broke and nobody has homes. I refuse. I refuse.
Okay, that's
That
called
is
inflation. That happens all the time. And the interest
what?
rate is, yes, inflation
I
comes
would
like every
What are you
2 to 3
talking?
years.
exactly.
It does. Something after COVID, we
Okay,
went,
but
we,
here's the problem. But here's the problem with the whole inflation rate. There is a group of people that are sitting around a table on a daily basis that discuss whether or not the interest rates are going to grow up. I mean, go up. There is no other country that does the way that runs things the way that we run things. There is a group of people called the Federal Reserve who sit behind a table with their council members and they discuss and they look at the American economics and they say, you know what, we're going to raise inflation because we want to do this. No other country does that.
all right,
That
but
is why we stay
go
the way we are.
live
That
in
is why we.
then go live in another country.
I want to. I really do want
You
to. If
know,
I
if
can,
that's the case, if you think you could live better in another
yes, I can live better.
country, then go
Yes, I
there.
can.
Go there.
If I could, I would. There are rules that are blocking me from going to other countries and living. I can't just up and pack up and leave
Yes, you
America.
can.
No, you cannot. You
Yes,
cannot.
you
You
can.
cannot
You
just
could
up and leave.
say yes, you
How?
can, because you
Have
just
to,
How?
moved
have
in and you
to
applied
apply
for
to
a
leave the country.
citizenship.
That's
Period.
not how that works.
When you get
That's
there,
not how that
But which
how
works.
it
country you go
That's
works.
not
to?
how that works.
You don't
In order
give
for
us a
you, in
passport.
order
If
for
I want,
you,
I need a sponsor.
That's a different
In
thing.
order to go to this country,
you
they
need. Yes. So if you want to,
need
like
a
for example,
sponsor
if
to
I
go
want
to
to,
a different country.
hold
You
on,
have to know
Berlin.
somebody there first.
Tina
If
Turner
I
did
wanted
it.
to, Tina Turner did it because she's an international
What's the other
superstar.
act? Oh, it doesn't matter who you are. You could do it.
No, you cannot just simply do it because you have to have something. You have to put an application into the governments and they have to approve you, meaning that you have to be giving them
Just
something
like what
that
we
is
do.
worth value.
Right. Okay.
Right, but they
So
right,
that's
but
what the
you're not
other
just
countries demanding, right?
they're not. I mean, I haven't done research on it, but I'm not. Well, actually, no, I have. So, for example, South Africa. For a very long time, I wanted to relocate and move to South Africa. When I looked into how to do that, you can go there. You can travel to any country you want to travel to, as long as they don't have a ban on American people. You can go and travel to any country you want to go to. That's easy. But to live there is the hard part because then you got to apply for citizenship, and the only way that you can apply to citizenship to most of these countries is you have to be bringing them something that would make it valuable for them to accept you as a citizen.
Oh, that's Africa, maybe, but not every country does that.
Majority of
What
the countries
about you
have the
try to
exact same
Mexico? Go to
laws.
Mexico or New England over
I said I
there
want to
and
go. I
stuff.
said I want to prosper, not go further. And I said I want to prosper, not sink further into debt or sink further into the abyss. I want to prosper. Why would I go to? I want to go to a country where I can prosper.
Okay, you could do that here in the United States.
You cannot do that here, but okay.
All right, Sean. If I understand that the young are upset about what's going on. It is getting better. You
we're
got to
not
pay
upset. We're
attention.
pissed, and it's not getting better. But okay.
Okay, so then if you think it's that bad, leave the United States and see how well you do.
Not that simple. It's not that easy. You
If
keep
that's
making
the
it seem
case,
like
why ain't nobody pushing out the migrants who has it worse than us? Why can't they leave? Why they still here making it hard for us?
What, immigrants that come here? They're the ones that's
making it hard for us.
No.
Make it hard for ourselves.
That's
Exactly.
how I
You know?
see it.
Only reason why we make it harder for ourselves.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to drive at. I mean, if
Okay,
you're
I'm gonna say
if
this,
people
and
are
I don't care who get upset about it. Only reason why it's hard on ourselves because every time we try to do better, there's always somebody else, American-wise, who will try to bring us down. Every time I hear, oh, the millennials this, the millennials that, y'all don't make it easy for us at all. At all. Yeah, I
The
ruined it.
problem that the
Well,
problem
and
that
according to
so,
my
actually,
story
you know what?
today,
While we on this, hold on. Pause for a second, for 1 second. Since we're already talking about it, let's just go ahead on and just start with this whole thing. The struggling millennial homeowner doesn't need a degree. Why we're not forcing our children to go to college like the older generation forced us to go to college? What is the broken America? What broke the American dream for millennials? Basically, we're going to talk about and also why millennials are no longer voting. So and yes, we're going to use the board for this because everybody going to want to speak up and say something. But we're going to start with Spirit. Anybody after Spirit, y'all need to hit the board so that we can get y'all in line and we can start, getting orders. So we're going to pause Berlin's time, please.
okay.
And then Spirit, you have the floor, ma'am, because you was just speaking, and I had cut you off.
Thank you. What I was gonna say is migrants don't make it hard for us, and for anyone in the United States, nor and millennials don't make it hard for anyone. Everybody make it hard for themselves. You make it hard for yourself. Why we don't push our kids to go to college? Because they fight back on it really hard, and then you pay all the money and they still don't go. They still don't go, or they flunk out deliberately because they didn't want to be there in the first place. The thing about it is that, you know, I'm not saying that people don't respect themselves, but if you respect the position you want to put yourself in, then you will do the work to put yourself there. As us older people, we didn't get things or get where we are because it was handed to us.
Right.
That's what a lot of the young people today expect. They have a sense of entitlement and think we're supposed to hand them everything. And I'm not going to do it. I didn't do it for my children either. But my children are successful because they set their mind to it, and I gave them the tools. I presented the tools, and they ran with it.
My kids too. Yeah.
So here's the issue with So here's the issue with everything that you just said, because you are completely wrong on most of everything you just said. The reason why millennials are not going to college is because we now realize that we don't need to go to college to be successful. Why would I go to school, spend over $100,000 to be in debt for until I'm 70-some years old, paying back these people for a piece of paper that there are people like, okay, for example, myself. I drive a city bus, okay? I'm a city bus driver for those who know me. I drive a city bus, meaning I get $30 an hour driving the bus. I make more money than a college graduate. There are people who are college graduates just getting out of college and they can't even find a good job. But me, I'm set. I can go anywhere in this country and work as a bus driver and make bukus amount of money.
Okay, Berlin's on the board. Berlin's on the board. Wait. Okay, but the thing is,
initiative. A lot of these younger people literally want you to hand them stuff.
There is a part of there is a partial of the people.
All right, we have Berlin on the board.
We gotta let Berlin go.
Y'all hit the board now.
As he was saying, it's true. You could go to freaking school and then come out and not be qualified for a job or overqualified for a job. You spent half your life going to school just to be told that you can't do the job that you wanted to go to school to work for. Like, you know how schools used to ask what you want to be when you grow up? And then you tell them what you want to be, and then you go to school for this and you can't even get that job because you're overqualified? Or you have some old-ass person who won't let that job go for us to even step in so we can work and we can be successful. Now it's, we don't want to work. It's not that we don't want to work.
Hold on, Spirit.
Hold on.
Shut the hell up because it's my turn.
Hey, pause.
Like,
First of all, we're not doing that. We're not doing
right,
that. I don't care. There's a respectful way to tell somebody to be quiet.
All right,
that's fine.
Everybody,
I'm
we ain't
still
doing
trying to
that.
answer the question.
All right.
I'm not over it.
When they on the clock,
else about it.
When we're on the clock, she was on the clock. Let's not interfere.
That doesn't matter.
Get on the board.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't, because it's supposed to be an open forum.
Talking on the freaking clock.
Okay,
so
are you finished?
They expect us to respect them back.
Are you finish? I paused
No,
for a
I
thing.
ain't even get the whole
All right, go
point
ahead.
Your
out.
time is paused and you're still going off. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to these talk shows. There's a way that you talk to people and a way that you don't talk to people. I understand Spirit was wrong for coming on the mic and speaking over your time. She is very wrong. But you're also wrong for saying, shut the hell up. That's not how you respond to somebody. Even I know that, and I'm around your age. You don't
Okay,
just
we are
come on the
two
mic and shut the hell up. That doesn't mean about it's a simple respect for your elders. You don't just say shut the hell up. You be like, ma'am,
Okay.
I'm speaking. Can you give me my time? Now you can go. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I
Boy.
pause the time when that happens and
Thank
try
you,
to
Miss
settle
Teresa.
everybody down. Go ahead.
Ain't nobody saying we blaming anybody for our failures. All I'm saying is y'all don't give us the opportunity or chance to show you what we learned because some of the elderly people won't quit their jobs or some people who are in the positions that we want to get into won't leave because why? They tell y'all you have to work until you're either 60 or 65 years old. Then at the top of that, you have people, let's say went to school for medical. You're going to get into that. But when you want to do the business, that's what I'm trying to make a point of.
Just
A
say what you
lot
have to
of people
say.
over
Ignore the comments.
65 will not retire. They will stay in that job until they die. If we can get in and show that what we taught and was taught in school or we went to college for and get all these degrees and show y'all that we are prosperous and y'all won't leave that job, how are we supposed to do anything? We're stuck doing these Walmart and other jobs when the school that we went through. Oh my God.
Pause
I
your time,
okay.
Teresa.
It's
Pause your time,
me.
Teresa.
It's me.
Let her finish because she wasn't able to finish. Her time was taken.
No, yeah,
That's all I
but
was saying.
I had it on pause for a while. Go ahead, let her. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's all. I didn't know you had it on pause. My bad.
Yeah.
All I was trying to say is we're not blaming nobody for failures because if we did, we could blame the Board of Education because they came out with that No Child Left Behind and they were just pushing people through school without really checking if they could read, write, or articulate anything. We could blame the colleges because we have people who was buying their way into colleges and was not really earning the degrees that they have. We could blame people who are in power for us to get the job that we want and get promoted. And because someone is worried that you're going to take their job, they won't let you promote or
Okay.
advance
Now we
at
gotta
work.
pause you.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Now I gotta
And you
pause you.
say,
Okay, I'm on the board. Um, when I read the article, this couple, yes, they went to college, they got a degree. They didn't, when they came out, they did not get the job that they went to college for. So what happened is now they got married, this couple, and then they had a child. In order for them to get anywhere, the husband thought was to go back to get his master's degree. Took out another loan and did that. In order for them to get ahead of themselves, they went and lived with their parents so they could save up to get a home. I lived with my parents at one point in my life, but then I moved on and I got what I'm supposed to get for my kids. So the whole thing is college, they're not going to force their children to go to college. Right now, you better take your young children when they first learn how to talk and teach them something. Look at AI. They said AI is taking over 40% of the jobs. Do y'all know anything about that? So you got to know what to go to school for. And you cannot blame a senior citizen at age 65 not wanting to leave his job because all he got is collecting Social Security maybe when he retires and he don't want to stop working. So therefore, most companies do look for young kids fresh out of college. You got to know which corporation to go to. So that's the way I see it. No, degree. I went to school. That degree didn't help me.
This. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Okay. Before you go to the next person, I just want to say this because a lot of people. Can you pause your time? Yeah. Can you pause your time? Yeah. So before Spirit gets on and she starts talking, y'all have to understand. I disagree, but also agree with what Berlin is saying because I understand what she's saying. Basically, what she's trying to say is that, but she's also wrong with what she said is because what she's basically saying is that we go to school and we get these degrees, we spend all this money, and yet when we try to go get these jobs, we can't get these jobs because they're already filled by older people who won't retire. And but at the same time, Berlin, you have to understand it. At the two is that old people gotta live too. They got bills to pay too. They got house and rent and all that good stuff to pay too. But you're right. At the same time, they keep pushing the retirement age up and up and up.
That's
Every
what I'm
time we
getting
go
ready to
around,
say. Yeah, they pushed that
they
up.
push the retirement age to
It's gonna be
right now.
'70.
Yeah, right now they're about to put it up at 70. And I'm not saying anything was easy for the older folks either, but basically what I'm saying is that in my experience, I don't need to the reason why I'm not going to push my kids to go to college is because I don't need I know for a fact that I don't need to go to college and I don't need to be in debt to be successful in life. I don't need to go through that process. I drive a city bus and I make more money than majority of people in this room within 2 weeks. Majority of people in this room do not make the money that I make because I am successful at what I do, and I did not go to not one bit of school.
That's
The
right. You
only
gotta
reason I got
get
my
it.
CDL, the only reason I got my CDL is because I was sitting at home broke and I was about to lose my apartment. I said, you know what? I need to find me a job. And I said, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna just let shit happen to me. I'm gonna get up and get my ass up because my mama taught me. She said, "Look, Sean, life when you grown, ain't nobody gonna be there to hold you accountable for your actions. You got to get your ass up and do it yourself." So basically, what I did is I said, "Let me find a job that's gonna be good for me." So I did some research and I seen that CDL drivers make money. So I said,
Tractor
let me get
trailer
my CDL,
drivers too.
tractor trailers, bus drivers, all
Yup.
that good stuff. So I got my tail up and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go be a bus driver. And then also a friend of mine was also a bus driver, and he told me how he make all this money. Like, shit, I'm gonna be a bus driver. I could drive a bus or whatever, and I did. That's how I got to be where I am. But yes, if you do want to go and be a doctor or a lawyer and things like that, you do got to go through school. And I'm not saying that
And
you
those are the
shouldn't.
jobs that are out there. The medical field's
Yeah,
always open, and lawyers are always ripping. They're out there to save
yeah,
you.
but not everybody wants to be a doctor. Not everybody
That's
wants to be
right.
a
No,
lawyer.
that's right. So you got to
But
choose what you want to be. Therefore, if that degree, when you get out of college, you have the knowledge, but it's something that you're going to put 100% in to make it work. You don't probably need a job at that point. I have a nephew that's going through his doctorate. He's just staying in school. And you know why? They paying it for it. Paying for it for him because he decided in high school he's going to do well and get those scholarships. They're paying him to go to get his master's degree, doctoral degree he's working on now. And you know what he
and
got to
what job
fall
is he?
back on? He's up in
And what,
Rochester, New York. Oh,
no, no, what job is he going? No, what job
I
is
think
what
he's
field
doing
is he going in?
um what is he doing? I don't know if it's the business computers or he was into what's them people that make buildings, construction type
Architect.
architect,
Architect.
and then he
So
has his
yes, yes, okay.
violin to fall back on. He could give lessons in that. So if he get out, now don't quote me on the architectural, but he's really smart. But not every child is really smart. But if anybody put their mind to it, they could do whatever they want, degree or not. Go ahead on the board.
That spirit.
You know what? And I make good money too, and I understand what you're saying, Sean. But understand that it's not for me to give up my lifestyle for you to start yours. Even
Understandable.
making almost $46 an hour. Even with me making that much, I'm still hustling. And I am 60 years old and I still hustle to make more to add to my retirement. I teach on here. I go out, I'll drive Sparks. I do crafts and sell my beaded bracelets because we got a shitload of Africans here. So I make those bracelets for them for Kenya and stuff. And I sell those. I make hair bead dreadlock wraps and shit and sell those, and I make a good profit off of that, almost 40K a year. But it's about what you want to step into and do and put your mind doing. It's not about who's stepping down to give you the opportunity, because
Right.
didn't nobody step down for me.
Amen.
Nobody.
When I work for the school district, as you know,
Wait,
Sean.
hold on. Oh, go
And
ahead.
I mean, like I said, I
No,
am
she's
60
doing.
years old, and 60 don't make me too old to work. Cause I get out
It
there, I
don't.
do my garden, and I landscape my yard. I do all of that.
Okay, so are you done so we can pass it to the next speaker?
Wait.
Yes, ma'am.
Before we pass it, what was you saying about working in the school district, Tisa?
Oh no, I
And
was just
pause Jackie
saying.
time.
I
Oh, okay.
will. I will. No, as I said, I worked my way up, working for first the state of Virginia, then the school district. Up to $63 an hour. So there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
Nobody had to retire in front of me in order for me to get to where I had to go or be. Who's on the board? Jackie.
Jackie's on the board. I don't know if she's gonna be able to talk through Berlin's mic or not, but she's having trouble with her own mic. She'll talk through yours. Okay. But before Jackie goes, I just want to make this very clear. I'm not asking for anybody to retire so that I can, get it to where I need to get to. All I'm saying is that, particularly for the college thing, I am a success story myself where I didn't need college to become
Right.
as worth to
We
get to
got
where I
two
am now.
success stories here. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all that I'm saying is that I don't need college, and I don't feel like and I'm not saying that you don't did. I'm just saying that when it comes to my children, I'm gonna say, hey, listen, if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, all these big time things, then yes, you got to go to college. But there are other jobs out here where you don't need to go to college. You can still be successful if you put your mind to it.
Right. You
I'm
had
not
that
saying
drive. You had the drive to do it. Right?
well, yeah, because my grandfather told me, don't be lazy. He said that when you get once you no when I turned 18, this is what my grandfather did to me. This is actually a real life story, really, really, really quickly. What my grandfather did is when the day I turned 18, he gave me a little birthday cake. I had a little birthday party. No, I'm sorry, it was 19. I had a little birthday, a little whatever, happy birthday, whatever. The very next day, I got home from school because no, I got home. Yeah, I got home from school. My shit was packed and had it on the front door. And I'm looking around and I asked him, I said, Papa, what's going on? Because I lived with my grandpa at the time. He said, what's going on? He said, you grown now. You got to get out.
That's
I
how our
said, but where am
parents
I
were
go?
too.
I said, but where am I going? I don't know where I'm going to live at. He said, you grown though, so you can get your stuff and go find you somewhere to live at. He said, there's a tent in the backyard. You can go sleep in the tent for a couple of days
Wow.
until you find out where you need to go to. I said, but I mean, can I at least find a job? Can I live here? He said, no, you grown, right? Because basically, long story short, where I kept telling my I said, I'm grown now. I'm grown. I
Oh
do what
yeah,
I
I
want to do.
figured that
Oh,
was
you grown?
behind it.
Okay, well, you grown. Well, go show me just how grown you really
Yeah, because
are.
we ain't that
So,
harsh. Yeah, but you probably have mouth.
exactly. Yeah, I wasn't mouthy like disrespectful to my elders, but the moment they was like, oh, you got curfew. I'm grown. I can go stay as late as I. That's when that little mouth kicked in. But anyway, for a whole week, I went out and I lived in the yard. He didn't give me no food. He didn't give me no toiletries. He didn't give me nothing. He said, what you can do is you can mow this grass, you can do these chores, and I'll pay you this money, and then you
Right,
can
right.
use this money to pay me, and I will get you some food and some toilet and all that good. So for one whole week, he did that to me. And then after that week, he came to me and said, so how grown are you now? And I said, I ain't grown, Papa. I just want to come in the house. It's cold. The dogs are barking. I just want to come in the house. And then he was like, okay, well, you can come in the house, but you're going to go by my rules. And when you are grown to get your own place, then you can stay as late as you want to. But as long as you're under my house and my roof, this is what you're going to do. And if you don't, it's the way it's going to be.
So
You
you
understand? I
learned
said, yes,
something from
sir.
that. Did you learn something from that?
I did learn something. I learned that what he told me was that when you're an adult, ain't nobody here for you. You're on your own. So enjoy your minutes you guys live with your mama and daddy. Don't take them for granted because one day they're not gonna be here, and then where you gonna go? My grandpa used to whip my.
Who's on?
But yeah, so
Is Jackie
that's
mic open or what?
Jackie gonna be on Berlin's mic. Go ahead, Jackie, if you can hear me.
I didn't press the button yet. I pressed it. There you go. Now you
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Listen, everybody need to understand something, okay? At once upon a time, seniors today were millenniums yesterday. Okay? Hi, everybody. So that is just a cycle of life. Okay? I agree with partially what Berlin said, as far as people getting in these positions and not wanting to leave. But these older people, our senior citizens, they still have bills to do.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Probably still
they
paying off
still got
college
bills and
loans.
medical. They got to worry about being able to afford their medication, and you would think they would have the resources because they worked so long to
Mm-hmm.
accompany them, and they don't.
Because they were
We just
Now,
need to ship
borrowing
it in.
along the way.
is that a government issue?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Because y'all voted for
but
these
we
people.
all gonna be a millennium one day, hopefully, because a lot of generations coming up right now, they don't give a f word. Okay,
You
and
just
the part about them thinking that they should have a silver spoon in their mouth and everything handed to them. Yes, there are some of our youth who feel that way, but don't nobody owe you nothing. If you don't go to school and study and get your degrees or whatever, however your future turns out is on you. That's your fault, not your parents, not the employers out there. That is your fault.
All right, pause
I
blue
still
for a minute.
disagree with that.
Okay.
100%.
Next on the board.
Okay, go ahead, blue. Now you give us some much. I just don't want our time to, leave.
Yeah.
Go ahead, blue.
Hey. Um, I'm a New York City bus driver, 30 plus years.
I'm sorry.
Yay!
Ain't nowhere near 65. I got some years to go, but I can say it's to like what state you work into, because even though 30 plus years, you would think retirement for me is gonna be on easy street. I
Right.
think not. We talking New York City. Shit's expensive.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. I still have things I have to pay for. You know, I put a daughter through college. I put a nephew through college. And you're right about that. As soon as my daughter walked across the stage, when I came home, that loan, the bills for them
Came.
loans was in the mail
Yeah.
that same damn weekend. So they don't play. Um, it's hard, you know. It's hard, and we just have to do what they do is they every year they make the age go up for you to collect
Exactly.
your
Social
money.
Security. Yeah.
And technically, I found out a few years ago when my father passed, they want you to die off. They don't want you
Then
to
they don't.
collect
Right.
your money that you worked for all your life.
Yep.
So that's why they keep edging it off. They want you to die off before you get
To
to
collect it.
your,
Yeah, exactly.
everybody. And for us, our brothers, your life expectancy is not past 65. Did you know that? So they counting on y'all
Yep.
to
Keel over.
crash at keel over. Because I was told, oh, well, your father outlived his life expectancy, even to the point where his life insurance went backwards. We had to, get less money. So you got to be careful of those things and read the fine print and stuff like that. They don't make it easy for us.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So.
Before Berlin go, I want to also say I'm agreeing to her with that. For those of you who are out there, I have a pension plan with my job.
I
So
did
the
too.
money, that gets set aside, this is outside of SSI, outside of any Medicaid when I get old. This is outside all. This is why I particularly went for driving bus, well, particularly for my company, because I got a pension plan. Right now, I got over $5,000 sitting in my pension plan. Right now, it's not much because I
It'll
just
grow.
started
It'll
within a year or
grow.
so.
It'll grow.
But every time I get paid, they're taking a chunk of my money and putting it into my pension plan. So that when I do retire, at whenever time I decide to retire, I will have money to live off of. And you're right. And also I want to say to
Plus,
Spirit
and you
and
get
to
Social Security too. So.
yeah, I mean once I
Get
get
both.
65, once I get 65 limit, I get Social Security.
By the
So then
time
I
you
have
get there, though, it might be 75. They keep pushing that age up.
they keep pushing it up, but I mean they can keep pushing it up all they want to.
But you still have your
my thing is
pension.
this pension is what I'm not even worried about SSI. Yes, I know that SSI is something that I can get in the future, but my whole thing is a pension thing. This is why I keep putting extra money into my pension so that when I
Right.
do retire, I can live off my
That's what
pension
I tell
until I
my
can get
kids
to my.
to do.
So that's why did that. But go ahead, Berlin. You're on the board. Berlin.
The 401k plans, all that. Market's doing
Oh,
good.
okay.
My God, do you know that when the beginning of COVID, That's what the money they dug into, the
I
401k
know,
plans.
I
When
know,
I seen my statement, I damn near passed
I
out.
know. Just got to leave it there. You're right. It tore it up. But the markets are doing really good now. It'll go back up. Just got to leave it. That's what I keep telling my kids. Leave it. Oh, I'm going to take it up when they take. I said, just
There
leave
was
it.
actually, it was funny. No, it was funny. So when I okay, so I'm about to reach my 1 year mark of me working at GRTC, which is the bus company for City of Richmond. It
Right.
was funny. There's this young man. It was me and some other dude. I'm currently the youngest person working at my company right now, age 27. I think I'm the youngest, age 27 years old, maybe the second or third youngest. But anyway, there was somebody who was 21 years old, who had just got a CDL and was going to go do the pension. I mean, going to go do drive the bus for the city, whatever the case may be. And when we was all sitting at orientation, the lady was telling us about our pension plan and how they're gonna take money out of our check, and basically, giving you the rundown of how everything's gonna work for your check and all that good stuff. Cool, whatever. We sitting there, and this dude raised his hand. He's 21 now. He raised his hand. I'm about 26 now. 25 turning 26. He raised his hand, and he's like, can I opt out of that? And everybody turned their head and looked at him like, what? What? The HR lady was like, why would you can't opt out of it, but why would you want to opt out of it? And then he was like, because I want my money now. Why would I put it? Why would I want the money now. I don't want it later. I want it now. So I turned to him and I said, but that's your retirement. So that when you get old, you will have something to live off of, so you ain't gotta work no more. That's the whole. That's what it's
Right.
for.
That's
And the
right.
lady said, of course, yeah, that's right. That's what it's for. He was like, I don't really care about my retirement. I just want my money now. That's why I'm working now. I want my money now. And I'm like, boy, you just is dumb. I mean, I said it on my butt.
A lot of
That's an
people say
example.
that, but you got to
Because they
watch
don't have an
them.
understanding.
Right,
They don't have
right.
an understanding of how the retirement works. They don't have an understanding of how these things work.
Who's
Everybody
on the
thinks that when
board?
you
Oh, no one's on the
no
board
one's on
now?
the board. No one's on the board.
Okay.
They don't. Some younger people do not have an understanding of because they still not in that era where they want to be the next rap star. They want to be the next, Gucci man. They want to be the next 50 Cent or whatever the fuck they want to be. That's what their whole thing is. They don't understand that you need to build now. What's up?
Yeah, talk about why you guys are not going to vote. I think you have that up there. Mic check.
I hear you.
Okay. Sean, you still there? Who's on the
Yeah, that's
board?
good.
Okay.
I'm on the board,
Okay,
but
go ahead.
oh, okay. So you ready?
Yep.
I'm personally, I didn't haven't voted since I turned 18 because I've been watching how older people around me been living, and I feel like they be so passionate when they're like, "Well, this president gonna do this for us, this president gonna do that for us," and I have not yet seen the older folks get what they voted for, even from the state, wherever have you. And I feel like, why should I vote for you when we're still gonna have poverty? We still gonna have people like. I don't vote. I'm more of an action person than someone saying what they're gonna do. I'd rather see it than you say you're gonna do it. If I don't see it, I don't trust it. That's how I don't vote for nobody.
So
I don't.
you haven't voted at all, or you
No,
just
I get a letter in the mail wherever I live. You haven't voted since this year, that
no.
year, this year, this year. I do get a letter stating you have not voted. And I continue to say, and I won't. I do get a letter.
So okay, so you
They
you
keep
don't
track of how
vote.
much you don't vote.
You don't vote because you feel the people you're voting for is not accomplishing what they say they're going to do, or you're not voting because things aren't going the way they promised it would go.
It's that I feel like if you're gonna tell people you're gonna help them and you're in a position of that power to help, I feel like you should do what you said you was gonna do to help the people. That's
Okay.
how I feel. If I voted for you to be the voice for me to help me and you don't do that, even though you have other people around you who are empowered to help you succeed in that, then I feel like I can't trust my government because you're always going to keep us under your thumb. You're always going to keep us down. You're always going to take from us more than giving.
Okay.
That's my intake on it.
All right, so we got Amari on the board. Before you go, Amari, you just got to understand they make promises, but it takes a whole Congress to vote on it. So they may go there, um, saying, yes, I'm going to do this. We need to do this. We need to do that. When they get to Congress, they all got to agree, or it doesn't get done. The Republicans haven't done nothing. They haven't passed nothing the past 3 years because they're too busy trying to impeach Biden and just disrupt. So you blame the whole Congress, not the person you sent there, because he may be there with a big voice on what he promised. Like your local people that's going there and stuff. All right, Amari, you could go. Open your mic.
So when it comes to the whole voting thing, voting and not voting and all that good stuff, I understand why a lot of young people do not vote. We don't vote because, like Berlin said, we're sick and tired of hearing the same bullshit every single election. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to help you. I'm with the black folks and black people. We hear the same shit every single election, yet nothing happens. And every time we bring it up to talk shows like this, the first thing that people say is, "Oh, the Congress and this, and if you have a Congress here and Congress here and all that good stuff, then So it's like, and then you got people like Ecstasy who actually, so glad you actually said, if you don't vote, keep your opinions to yourself. That's not how this works. I'm the citizen of this country, so therefore I have the right to voice my opinion. It's like you have the right to voice your opinion. You can't tell somebody to be quiet because they don't feel like their voice is being heard when they go to
right. But if you're not voting, if you refuse to vote, then maybe that one vote would have made a change, right? So you can't sit up there and say, you should keep your mouth shut, because maybe when you voted for somebody to get in office, a change would come about. Look how long it took Stevie Wonder to get us a holiday for Martin Luther King, because he stayed on it every year, kept going to Congress, and got it. So you gotta keep sending these people in and stay on them.
You keep every single time that you use an example to try to counter my arguments, you always go back to something that happened in the 1960s, 1970s. This is a brand new time period.
And it's still happening. You don't think what's happening yesteryear is not happening today?
No, not to the extent that you keep using it. Like, for example, you saying Stevie Wonder pushed and pushed and pushed for them to get Martin Luther King.
That's an example. Yes.
But that happened in a generation.
So why can't it happen now? Why can't it happen now?
Not saying that it can't happen now. It's not happening right now, and that's
But why? Maybe you wanted to run for office. What are you going to promise?
I wanted to run for office. See, I know that if I was run for office, I'm going to win. Because
but what are you promising? What are you telling the people you're going to do?
I'm not going to promise nothing.
That's how you won't get elected.
I'm not going to promise. No, I am going to get elected because I don't have to. See, the problem is that everybody keep focused on what are you going to promise me? What are you going to promise me? That's not how you win the election. How you win the election is to be open and honest with people. That's why Trump can win the election, because he's open and honest with people. He is giving people what they want to hear.
What they want to hear, but he doesn't pull it through. He didn't do nothing that he promised in the first 4 years he was in, and he got what he wanted.
Neither has Biden. Neither has Biden yet. You keep.
First of all, Biden came in with a pandemic. There's no pandemic. We came in, people were losing jobs. The job level now unemployment is way down. When he first came in, people couldn't even. Classrooms are closed. Everything.
That was a pandemic. That's not, you keep but you can't.
We got out of it. That's what caused the inflation. That's what caused everything.
We got out of it. We got out of it not because Biden did any one specific thing. We got out of it because that's what people do. That is what the world does. We fall down and we get up as a people and we heal. It is not a president going and saying we're going to get an inflation rate, because if you actually know how your government works, you will know that the president is having any control over inflation. There's a body of people called the Federal Reserve who has control over the inflation. They decide whether the inflation is up or low. They don't, not the president and not Congress. Neither one of them decides that. Go ahead, Berlin.
That's my whole point of why I keep saying elderly people and all the elderly people in the room, y'all are still in that time period where y'all was younger, and these presidents and the elderly people. Did I say something wrong?
elderly,
No,
love,
Wow, you know
elderly,
what?
not
I wish I could be around to
no.
see y'all when y'all get
Elderly is
older.
not think they're dying.
I really wish
When I
I
tell
could
you
be
elderly, they're
around
dying.
to see
I'd
y'all
rather
when you
say
get
old.
older.
I'd rather say old. I'd rather say old. I don't like saying elder because every elderly person I know has
you wasting your
died.
time to you wasting your time,
But
Berlin. Go ahead.
what I'm trying to say is that our country is ran by a bunch of old people, and they're still trying to do stuff that they had in the '60s, '70s, '80s, and '90s.
What do young
We're
people
darn
do?
near. Who said that? Who
Just
said
keep
that?
No, keep
going.
going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Your time.
We, our country is like far behind China's learning. We far behind. This is why I don't vote. They say they're gonna do something, and our Congress will be like, "Oh no, we're gonna throw this curve." They're not working for us. First of all, the system wasn't made for us black folks in the first place, at all. I'm gonna get on the board again because I lost track of what I was gonna say.
Yeah, okay. Who's next? Spirit, go ahead.
All
Oh,
right.
before Spirit goes, I just want to say that I'm not saying that I'm not voting. I'm not saying that I'm not voting. I'm just simply saying I understand why a lot of the young peoples don't vote. And the problem that I'm having with a lot of the older generations is that you refuse to understand what we're saying. Anytime we come to you and we say, hey, this is an issue that we're having, this is what we're feeling, instead of you saying that, hey, we understand or try to get us down there, you keep no, you have not been there and done that ecstasy because when you were my age, it was a whole different time.
Yeah,
It
whole
wasn't
different
things
time, but
wasn't
we went through the same
I'm sorry.
thing.
no, you
Oh my
didn't. Now
Y'all
you
is
gosh, we
not
know.
going through what we going
struggle.
through. Y'all is not paying three times the damn rent that we
Golly.
have to or anything. Y'all
Sean,
not
I'm
going
not
through what we
saying
going
what
through.
you're saying is incorrect.
Oh my
What I'm
gosh.
saying is that we have all faced different struggles.
We
Your
have.
struggle is no different than what our struggle was. It's just a
Exactly.
different
You're
time.
correct. You're
Golly.
correct. And that's what I
So
and now that's
everything
what I
that
was
you're
just getting
saying,
to.
everything that you're saying, when
We've
we were
been
your
there and
age, we
done
said that
that.
shit too.
There
You
were
know what I'm
no
saying?
jobs
It
for
was a
us.
time we didn't want to vote. It was a time we didn't want to do this. It was a time we didn't want to do that. But as time goes on, and you see that if nothing gonna change, you're gonna do what you gotta do to make sure you stay afloat to keep your head
Exactly.
above water.
And your children.
That's
So
why I was asking
understand,
Grady.
Berlin, you're saying a lot of things, right? You're saying rent was 700 to $100. Ours is higher, $1,000. Mine is
No, I
1,500.
meant to write a
Wait,
seven
Hold
hundred
on,
to
hold
a
on.
I
thousand.
know
Let
what
her.
Stop.
I know
See, I
what
wish
you
my
meant
rent
to
was that
write.
cheap.
I know what you meant to write, and I'm just reading it back as it was written. I know what you meant to write, sweetheart. But back then, a dollar was worth a whole lot more than a dollar
Right.
is worth today.
Hmm.
So it is a change of times financially as well. That's why things are higher. We used to be able to get a pack of cigarettes for
50
10
cents.
cents.
Oh, 10
Yeah.
cents.
And now they're almost $15. But it's
Hmm.
because of the economics, and that will
People
never
making
change.
more.
Economics are economics. And just because it was cheaper back then doesn't mean that it was any easier back then because of the value of the dollar. You
Right.
understand
I
what I'm
got it. My
saying?
first job, I was making $2 an hour.
Hello.
Summer job,
And
during
and
two
then keep
dollars an
in
hour.
mind, you
No.
say the older people, but we're older people living amongst younger people. So don't think because it's hard for you, it's not hard for older people.
Exactly. Even harder. That's why they have to
Exactly.
keep working.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to get to. I mean, stop placing everything on older people. It's not that we don't understand. It's not
Understand
that
perfectly.
are indifferent about everything. Is that we have struggled. It may have been a cheaper struggle, but it was the same
Same
real
struggle.
struggle. It was that same real struggle because a dollar back then may have had a little more value than it does today, but that doesn't mean that we didn't struggle.
Right. And then, my mom cleaned houses, to bring that dollar home. Raised seven of us. We didn't think we were poor when we were growing up. But I could hear my mom and dad, they were struggling. We didn't get a
Just that
house.
the racism was so much more open. It
Exactly.
was
It wasn't
so
even given.
much more prominent and open.
Black men couldn't even get jobs. You know, they hired the black women.
We wasn't good enough for nothing being a nigga other than washing the piss off a white man's toilet. But you don't see that as a struggle because it's not happening today.
Today, right?
Facts.
The immigrants are doing it.
Or if your name didn't hold enough standard or sound professional.
Yes,
Right,
we
right.
have traveled the same struggle. Dark people against darker black people against light skinned black people
Yeah.
and the differences that were made.
Don't have
My
an African
grandmother was
name.
called us sick and
So
all
I
kinds
wanna
of
make-
stuff.
I
It
wanna-
was really bad
Yeah,
For
for
a whole
the elderly,
folks.
the older
We didn't
people.
exactly.
by ease. Not by any means. We face struggles, just like we still face struggles today.
Today, right.
And you face struggles as well.
Like we don't
It
want
is
to break.
not about an age thing. It's an economics thing.
Bottom line.
What
But
she said.
trust, the struggles
So
back in the
here's the-
60s was a whole lot worse than the struggles are today because we still had to face that racist white man standing in our face and distinguishing us exactly by the skin of the color of our
That's-
skin
yeah.
and,
And the
who
name.
was
I have to
black
dis.
or
I
light.
dis. That
And
one
let's
little
not
sec-
forget that
I
there's still that now.
I
It is still
disagree with
going
that
on
statement
now.
that you-
It is. It is.
You're
I
absolutely
still-
right. But if
I
there-
disagree.
at least now there are laws in place
No, it's not.
that
No, that's
Some-
not really, because we still don't amount to nothing according to the
The problem.
government.
The problem. See, the thing
All
about
right,
the thing about the
Amari's
struggle
on
back
the
then.
board.
to call you a nigga and say I'm not gonna hire you. Today you're not gonna walk into any job and they're gonna call you a nigga and tell you that
Okay,
that's
but-
the reason they're not hiring
Okay,
you.
okay,
but
and
they
that's
still,
fine.
but
they
they
still
still
do it,
discriminate.
probably,
They
yeah.
still discriminate. They still do.
Look,
All right, Amari's on the
Listen,
board. Amari, then Jackie.
I'm good. 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 No, you're good. You're good. I'm simply saying that I understand that what you keep saying that we struggle too. We struggle too. I understand that you struggle too. But what I'm saying is that when we're trying to express our stressfulness and while we're stressed out, you keep older folks, older generation keep just throwing on the rails. Yeah, we struggle too. I understand
that's
that you
just a
struggle.
reminder.
But right now, I'm
Reminder
because
that
this
we
young
struggle
man is
too.
sitting here, and I'm gonna tell
right.
you
But
what
sometimes, instead of pushing our feelings aside, talk to me as a young folk and as an older person. Say, hey, listen, this is what I did when I was
I
older.
do that to my kids. I tell them that.
See, here's the problem, and this is the problem that I have with a lot of older folks. Shoot, a lot of older folks gap up every young person that is into one big old lump sum and say that is how all of y'all act. That is not how
I
all of
never
us
did
act.
that.
Me personally, not
We
saying
just,
that.
and all
I'm not
older
saying.
people, all older people just got lumped into one big lump sum.
Right, y'all do that.
Every older person.
I
is-
try my best not to do that. I try my best, which is why I constantly tell people, I say, not every older person. I always try to say it because not everyone is like that. So that's why I always try to make statements like that. I do sometimes forget. I'm not perfect. I am not nothing like that. But all I'm saying is, when a younger person is trying to express, like I'm trying to express to you, Spirit and Ecstasy and Tisa, that hey, this is how I'm feeling. Instead of y'all saying, okay, do this or do these steps, the first thing y'all going to ignore it anyway. Y'all ain't gonna listen to us anyway.
No, we say.
So keep talk-
All right, Sean. The thing is, when you put like all older people in one lump sum, we're gonna defend that. My
But
kids, when they come to me and they say,
not all older folks. So I always try my best to not do that.
Okay, but I would tell you that, Sean. But Sean, you have that drive where you got out there and did what you had to do. So why
Right, so
can't
then why
every
every
young
time that I-
child do that? Why? What's
A lot
keeping
of-
them
a
from
lot of them
doing
don't
it?
do that though. That's
A
true.
lot of them don't do that. It's because a lot of them don't have the upbringing that I have. I watched my mother
And you were
struggle,
raised by
and
your
I
mom
watched.
and your grandmother, right?
You and I both. I watched
it
my
wasn't even-
grandmother
it
and my
wasn't-
father struggle.
it
Yeah.
wasn't even necessarily that the fact that I was raised in the struggle. It's the fact that I saw my mother struggle. I saw what she had to go through on a daily basis, coming home exhausted from working 2 or 3
Exactly.
jobs at night, and coming to the room crying her eyes out because no matter how hard she worked, we still faced evictions. We still didn't have enough money on, I mean, food on the table. We still couldn't keep the lights on. It was still winter time, and he kept getting cut off because no matter how hard that woman worked, and she worked her ass off. I mean, that one put in work day in and day out, and yet she still didn't have enough money. I saw it, even though I was a child and I didn't fully understand what was happening. I still had some understanding that hey, she's doing her best and she don't have the money. So the way that I was brought up is that I don't want to do that. I don't want to struggle like my mama do. So I'm gonna go and make myself. All I'm saying is win lump sum. You're right, and you are right, Spirit and XC and Tisa and all of you all. I try my best not to lump you all up into one category because I hate it when old folks do that to us. And I do say old folks not in a disrespectful way. I say it in the term of adornment because that means you live through so much life that you have earned the title of being called old. I can't wait to be somebody to call me old. I know everybody says, "Oh, you're not old." I can't wait to be somebody to call me old because that means I lived my life. But the point that I'm trying to make is that I just really want it to be when I'm expressing the stress that I'm going through in this time and age. I don't want it to be pushed under the rug or pushed aside. I just want somebody to say, "Okay, Sean, well let's talk about it. What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? And let's see how you gonna get by.
We
Let's see."
can't do
Okay,
that.
this is
I'm
what I
sure
did.
people close to you do that. In a show
No,
like
they don't
this,
do that.
then who are you talking to in your real life?
Hmm.
I'm talking to a lot of different people. I'm sitting here talking to you, telling you about
I know, but I
why
can't.
we
I
feel.
can't tell you what to do here on the show.
But
I
you
could
can
say
get,
to
but
you, and I
you can
have
tell me what to do
said
here on the
this. I
show.
said y'all need to take out whatever your skill is and concentrate on that, and always have something to fall back on. I mean, we, my parents struggled. I struggled most of the time raising my 5 kids by myself with a husband that stayed in New York. You know, I did it by myself, but I wasn't gonna. They still did baseball. They still
And
did
I
the
and
extra
I want to say this, and
football and all that.
I'm gonna
I
say this,
didn't
and I'm gonna let
decline
Berlin.
them.
I
Yeah,
want to say
that.
I'm gonna let Berlin go, because she's on the board of waiting. All I want to simply say is that there are certain people out there in the world like myself where I don't have a family to learn from anymore. My mama died in 2020. My grandfather died in 2014. My grandmother is 77 years old, about to turn 78. So she's living her golden years. I don't have no aunties. My uncles were never a part of my life. I'm a product of a single mother. My daddy is who knows where doing whatever the fuck he doing. I don't talk to my father.
And you
So
know
it's
what?
not.
You are very successful. Look at it that way.
I
And
am.
I
I
saw
am.
that in you from when I first met you. So if you need me to, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to discourage you. But others out there,
Right.
they could always talk to find someone that they could reach out to and say, "Look, what am I doing wrong? What should I do? This."
Right.
And
And that's
instead
all
of
I'm saying. And that's what I want to encourage the older generation to do is instead of, and I'm not saying all of you, I'm not, because like Spirit, I know right now that if I really 100% needed to, I can go to Tisa and Spirit and Ecstasy and say, hey, listen, I'm struggling. I need you to give me something. What am I doing wrong here? Do I got the right bank account? Like right now, I'm over here. I'm just learning how to get my credit score right on track.
right,
My credit score is still low, but I'm just learning just how to get it up on it. Not because somebody told, I mean, not because I'm learning by myself, but because I'm Spirit, I believe, had I think Spirit was talking about her credit and stuff like that on the show a couple months ago, and
yeah,
she was
yeah,
talking about
yes,
it, and I
yeah.
took some of the stuff she told me, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, cool, I can do that.
And when
So
you
I'm
pay
starting
off
to
your
learn
credit
stuff. Yeah.
card, wait 5 days before you buy something on it. When you
Oh,
pay,
see, I don't know that. I did
yes,
not
I
know that
just
part.
learned that.
Credit,
Yeah,
Sean. The
Huh?
Yeah, because if you
credit.
spend
Oh,
right away on it,
oh,
it's
they
not
look at it
reported
as
yet.
a need.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
what was you
they,
say?
So you brought up credit. I want to let
Uh
you know
huh.
something. The younger generation have it better as far as credit does than what
Mm-hmm.
the older generation did because no one taught us how to
Exactly.
respect our credit. But you
Hmm.
all are learning different ways
At a
of
young
protecting
age.
your credit, not ruining your credit. When we got 18, the first thing we was looking to do was get a credit
Credit
card and
card.
build
Yep.
on our credit and mess up our
Hmm.
credit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so that's a
and
one up
actually,
that you all have on elder generations because we ruined our credit. A lot of young people are owning homes, have rental properties because they're utilizing their credit the right way. You understand? So, big ups to y'all. And don't think that older people want to see young people fail. We
No, we
don't. We
don't.
want to see you prosper. That's why we're hard up about things, passionate about things, because it takes tough love. That little pacifying and smacking on the
I
booty
know,
ain't gonna help.
right? Exactly.
Sometimes that helps. But before we go, I gotta let Berlin go because she's
All right,
getting
yeah.
impatient.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead,
Berlin.
Berlin.
Kiss on the cheek. Shut up.
It's the pacifier and the pat on the butt for me.
Oh,
From
pacifying the pat on the butt.
I think you stopped at 18. I just feel like the older generations they look down on us for the simple fact of if
and they,
I could do
oh, I'm
it, you
sorry.
could do it. But
Hmm.
I kind of agree with Amari. If we're supposed to go to y'all for advice and we can't go to y'all for advice and you keep on shooting us down and keep on not respecting our feelings, then how we expect us to do anything? I mean, I'm older now. I do whatever the hell I want to do. I'm seeing younger generations under me working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, have their own apartment and car, and paying their own bills while they're already still in high school. So that kind of skipped us. I feel like they skipped us on that.
What are they? Maybe they're rich. Maybe the parents are giving them the
They're not
car
rich.
and the thing.
They're still in high school. They starting to work in the 8th grade until they
I
get
started
into
working at
high
14.
school
Where? Here
in New York.
in New York.
Okay, I understand that they're still struggling as fuck.
Berlin.
Huh?
I started working at 14.
I did too.
I found
I
out when
wanted
I
to
was
work when I was 13 or 14.
18,
I was
Yep.
after
You're only allowed to work so many hours,
Yeah.
right? A
So
day,
it's
yup.
it's possible. It depends on where you're
it
at, what
is.
state, what they allow.
Chick-fil-A down here in Virginia take you at 16, age 16. Yeah.
Right. That's
So
what I'm saying. Ugh. I can never get the words I want to say
and they
out.
give scholarships out. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get to. Thank you, Miss Spirit. That's all I was trying to get to.
What she said.
That's all I was trying to get to. That's all I was trying to get to. I'm gonna mute my mic so he can go.
All right, Mari.
So
What
I
else
was
you
just simply, I was just simply going to say that because Berlin has said that the older generations look down upon us, and they have every right to look down upon us. Hell, I look down on people who are younger than me. I look down on them because I see well, like for example, I'm sure Spirit, Ecstasy, Blue, Tisa, all the older folks in the room when they were younger. You only 41?
I'm only 41, born in
Okay, well then
1982.
you
you
not
go,
old, so you
Ecstasy.
Thank
go on, well you ain't
I know,
old,
but
you
she's
middle age,
she's
you ain't old.
knowledgeable.
She's still a baby. We ain't worried about her right now.
Right.
Spirit
Yeah.
stop.
I'm still a baby too,
I
damn
just
it.
want to. I just want to make it known. Okay, I'm looking at you just at 80, 90.
But no. What I'm saying is that the older generation has every right to look down upon us because look at how far we've fallen from grace in a way if you think about it. Because even now, like okay, right now I'm rewatching Family Matters from the very beginning. I'm rewatching Family Matters, which is Steve. Did I do it? That's Steve Urkel. Yeah, I'm watching that from the very beginning, and I'm just looking at how they dressed back in the day, how they acted back in the day, how the young men have more respect for elders back in the day, and then I look at us as a generation now, and I'm like, look at you, you sagging your pants and spitting in front of old folks, you cussing all over in front of old folks and stuff like that. It's like. I don't know why my time just been drained.
No. I paused the next one because I had it on pause.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead.
So,
Look, won't get up, so I
right,
actually
it's
want
just
to sit on the bus
right.
because you're
Even
entitled to that seat.
right, even when I'm driving the bus today, it's like I'm sitting here and I'm like, hey, yo, she need to sit down. Can you get up? Why? I've been here before her. Nigga, get your ass up and get to the back of the bus somewhere or stand up. And I
always
literally get
get
out of
up
my
on the
seat.
trains. I always get up on the trains and give my
Now
seat
see,
up.
But
Berlin.
yeah, we do
Now
that.
see, Berlin.
I mean, it's
But see,
that.
one day you're gonna become that person. And what do you expect from the younger generation when you are that person?
Right.
I do
And I told my
apologize, but
nephew
I
to
will
get up
not
too.
ever be that person.
You will
Ever.
become
What kind of
that
person?
person.
older
You don't know
Oh
what
person.
no,
you're messing
I
with.
will become an elderly person, but I will not ever be in that situation.
You don't
What
know that.
situation?
You don't
You
know
don't
it.
know
You don't
that.
know it yet.
You don't know
Okay,
Oh,
that.
oh,
The way
you
that
you
the
do.
economic are,
you know the
then
fact
you can't
the
say
quickest
that.
way
You
You cannot.
to
understand?
make God laugh is to tell
You
him your
say that you
plan.
don't. You will
Exactly.
never be in that
Ecstasy.
situation. You never know that. You never know what
See why
life.
you gotta go and bring God into
You know.
this. I ain't gonna
Because
say nothing of that.
Who
you
said
said
anything
you'll
about God?
never, and never is the fastest way to make God laugh at you and show you
Oh yeah.
never.
That's why I said, why you gonna bring
You
God
know,
in?
I was gonna say, I don't look down on young people. I look
No,
down on their
don't.
Never did.
actions. On their actions, exactly as Sean said, the sagging pants, the disrespectful lyrics in the music because everybody's a bitch and a hoe and your
Right.
granny ain't shit. It did the drugs. The drugs. I'd rather sell dope than to make an easy dollar to honestly
Right.
work for my
That's in the
dollar.
lyrics.
The fact that these young girls are running around in these horse ass clothes and expect men not to want to touch them. And I'm not
The
saying
older
that it's
women too.
right. I'm
Some
not
grown
saying
women
it's
out
right
here
by
love.
any means. Trust me when I say that it's not right to be touched by anyone without consent. I'm not saying that's okay, but I'm saying it's the way that some of these younger people and older women, as you pointed out, conduct themselves. Conduct themselves. If you conduct yourself like you have self-respect, everybody's gonna conduct you with respect. It's gonna come to you with respect. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying
Flapjack, sorry.
to
Shut the
make
fuck up.
better, if you're trying to make better of your life, then when you go talk to these elders, they're not going to have that attitude. If you stop calling them old and maybe try wise, they're not going to have that attitude.
Mm-hmm.
The words you choose will make someone very defensive in speaking
Your
to you.
attitude, your
When
presentation.
black people, when these young men stop and females stop being in the gangs and wanting to shoot each other up instead of working a job because I can shoot this nigga around the corner and I got a name for myself when he should be on a job talking about I'm making $1 for myself. We will stop looking down on you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Black Wall Street. You had all black people working together.
Oh
Look at
yeah.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That's
You had
right.
all black
All
people
black.
working
Yep.
together. But
Till
then
they
you come
got
to this
burned
day and
down by the
age, and
white
the only
man.
thing, wait a minute, and the only thing that is working together is the fact that you're in a gang and you're retaliating and wanting to shoot the next black man up. What is there for us to respect?
And don't even have money for a lawyer.
Right.
Go ahead,
Over
Blue.
the soda water.
Oh,
Okay.
go
What
ahead,
is
Blue.
there for us
Oh,
not to look down
hold
on?
on.
All right. We got Blue on the
And the only
board.
look down is because we know that
Blue, Coast, and then we're gonna change the topic.
Okay. Go ahead,
Cause we,
Blue.
All right. I had to get my speaker together. And yeah, I just jump on the bandwagon with what she just said. And yeah, listening to her, yeah, she took it back again. And that's what we had in the day. I'm 60 years old as well. And I remember my aunts and my mothers and all of them sitting to the table. This is how we learn. You understand? Listening to them wise tales and stuff like that. Treat people how you want to be treated. And it's all in your actions. If you sit here, now, Tisa can tell you, my mouth is not, I'm not petty either. I can get vulgar too. But it's all in how you speak. Just because we're all old enough to cuss now and this and that, don't mean you have to say it. It's a way to talk to people. And if you want people to treat you with that line of respect and speak to you, I like to speak to people. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm always going to speak to you with the utmost respect and this, that, and the other. But don't come at me sideways because then that's what I'm going to give it back to you. You know? Um, and just, and we could just get along because I'm looking around this room, we all flavors, all colors, and we just don't stick together for anything.
Right.
We just don't. whether it's our age, color, heritage, whatever. And that's what we need to start doing. Period.
All right,
Okay,
and
next on the board, Annie.
I
Go ahead.
feel like I feel like this. I both my parents are gone. My grandmother raised me. I have a lot of respect for the older generation. They are wise beyond their years. If you sit up there and you say, "Oh, they look down on us," look at the way we behave. Well, I was raised differently. I was raised just like Sean. I was raised looking at the struggle and seeing my grandmother raise us after my father got killed. It was very hard. I have a twin and an older sister. She raised all three of us. And it was hard for her. I seen how she was treated at jobs, how they called her spit, how they people when she walked they would spit, you know, like we was nothing. They would call us roaches and all kinds of stuff. So you have to have a lot of respect for the older generation. As far as getting up on a giving your seat up on a bus or a train, I get up and do that. I don't care how hard I worked, and I used to work from the age of 14 as a barmaid.
Go
Okay,
ahead, girl.
so I will be tired. I will work, go to school, but if I seen an elderly person, even to cross the street or give up my seat, I would do that. That was how I was raised. I raised my nephew the same way. The same way. You get up and give that seat up. They earned their stripes.
Yeah.
um,
Thank you.
I want to bring this topic to a close. Before I do that, I want to quickly say that it is amazing to me how little acts of kindness have now become the minority when it comes to the way that we are in this world, and that's the problem that
Indeed.
I have with our youth generation. The other day I was doing my bus route, and I do this all the time. It's something I just do it. It's just I do it. But this lady, she lives in a hotel with her son. She's not from America, whatever, but she lives in a hotel. No, I'm sorry, it's an old lady. Well, her too. It's a couple of them. But she goes grocery shopping. She lives by herself. There's one lady she's like 60s, another lady she's an immigrant, lives in a hotel, all that good stuff. They all on my bus, and I'm just driving the bus, whatever the case may be. She goes to the grocery store. She comes, and I pick her up, whatever. When I got to her stop, the very first thing I did was, I popped the brake on the bus, which is the emergency brake. Blue know what I'm talking about. I popped that little yellow brake. I opened my door. I stepped out, and she's over here struggling to get her bag. I said, "Baby, I got it. Let me get this for you. I can't walk into your door, but I can at least get you off the bus." So I got all her groceries, and I first got her off the bus. Then I got her groceries, and I took her groceries and I put them to her. She got like a little push cart. I set them all inside her cart, making sure none was cracked or smashed or messed up or anything like that. And I went back, got her sodas and her eggs, everything else she needed. And the whole entire time, I did that. Well, I mean, I did that, and she said, "Oh, thank you, baby." I said, "You're welcome. You have a good day, and God bless you." She said, "Oh, you have a good one, and be safe." I got on the bus and I pulled off. Next thing I know, a couple people in the back of the bus who was watching me, they gave me a tip. They were like, "Here." I'm like, "What's this?" And they was like, "You helped that old lady off the bus, and that was so kind of you. You don't see that no more these days."
Right.
And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I was very confused because I was very thrown. I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm with old lady. What are you talking?" Because I completely forgot about it. Within 5 or 10 minutes, I actually completely forgot about it. I wasn't thinking about it. And then she was like, "You helped the old lady. This happened almost 30 minutes ago. You helped the lady off the bus and yada 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 all that stuff." And I'm like, "What old lady? I didn't help anybody off the bus." And then she was like, "You did back there." And then I said, "Oh shit, you right, I did. I could." And I
How
said,
you forget that quick?
and I'm like, it's secondhand
Because
nature
it's
in me. That's just
nature,
something.
right, right.
It's just in
Embedded
my
in
nature.
you.
I see that there's an old lady who needs help. So my
Exactly.
job, I mean, and me, I'm like my grandma when she go in the house. I naturally just get up and I help her with her groceries or whatever
Me
she needs.
too.
It's just a natural. I'm not thinking about it. It's not something that I have to force myself to do or have to talk myself into doing. I just get up and I do it because I see somebody needs help. Not even with the old lady, just anybody, a woman, or somebody putting their bike on the bus. I get off the bus and I help them put their bike on the bus, lock it up for me, whatever, and I get back on the bus. People are like, "Oh my God, I've never seen that happen before. Oh my God, congratulations!" Like, okay.
Well, you're a
And I'm like,
blessing in disguise.
We
right. And I'm
we
like,
have an old
I'm.
lady, a white lady across. We live in a community. I have a
Mhm.
white lady across. I think she's like 86 years old. Her name is Rose. And there are times where we see her walking. I'm in my house and we see her walking with laundry and groceries and stuff. And me and my nephew, we just go outside. We just go there, and I'll be like, go over there and help her. She needs help. And she's afraid because we're not her skin color, but she knows that we live in the neighborhood, so we help her. And every time we see her like that, I send my nephew out, go over there and help her. Now he just does it automatically.
Right.
Miss Rose, do you need help? I'm here to help you. He brings the stuff upstairs for her and everything.
That's
Yeah, it's just
that's just and going to be embedded in them too. They're going to turn around and do the same thing. They're going
That's
to
how my
teach
mama-
their
You gotta
kids the
teach them.
same thing.
You gotta
right.
teach them. You got to teach them because elderly people have learned and they know more than we would ever know. If you sit down with Rose, she tells you stories
Yeah.
from
I
way
bet.
back.
oh,
And
that's
all
my
I
favorite
could
part.
do is
I
go like,
love sitting down with old folks.
wow. She told us about how you could go to the store and buy something for 7 cents. How she told us how they used to dance, how respectful people were back then and everything. And how it is now. Now she has to watch because she's been robbed a few times and things like that. And that hurt my soul.
I know. But anybody to even pick on elderly because they are weaker. And they hold their money down in their bra.
No, now when
You
she
know?
goes shopping, I try to tell Stefan to go with her. I'll be like, you go with her and watch for her.
A lot of them don't trust banks. They carry their money
In their
around
in their breast.
in their breasts, right?
She puts it under
And
her
they
breast.
pull it out and people see that. Yup. All right.
Blue, you were saying something before, and I'm gonna change the topic. I'm on. Blue was on. She had said something on the mic, and then she cut it. She stopped. Blue, what were you saying? If you can hear me, if you're there.
Our mic is breaking.
Yeah, never mind. My mic's breaking.
No, you're good now.
No, you
good
good. You
now.
good. We hear you. We hear you. Go ahead.
I'm good. I done left my mind now.
I know how that is.
That's another thing when you get close to my age.
It'll come back to you in a few.
That's right.
Yep.
You're gonna think
So
of
really
something.
quickly,
Hey, bro.
as we change topics, I want to quickly just say this little funny thing that happened to me the other day. Me and a friend was talking. Me and Berlin actually was talking, and while me and Berlin was talking, we was talking about funerals and death and dying and stuff like that. And she was like, I don't know how we got to talk, but we was talking about how when we die, we're gonna talk about something. We're gonna look at mama gonna look after me, and then daddy gonna be watching over me, all that good stuff. And me and Berlin was talking about it, and I told Berlin, and she was dying laughing at me. I said, Berlin, you do realize that I don't want nobody to say that. And I said, when I die, I don't want none of my kids or grandkids to say that my grandpa is looking after me when I die. Don't tell nobody that. Don't say that, because I promise you I'm not. When I'm dying, I leave this world, I'm not watching over nobody. I'm in heaven by the pool, chilling with Mary, Jesus, Adam, and Eve, and all them other people. I'm not watching over you. I'm not looking at what you're doing. Don't kiss the cross and look up at heaven and say, Papa looking at me, because I'm not looking at you. I'm not even worried about you. Who are you?
Drinking
Man, he
wine.
don't wait for you to get up here. Oh, Brandon, when did you get up here? I didn't know you was
Exactly.
on.
That's what I said. They some grandpa gonna meet me in the gates when I get there. No, I'm not. Cause I ain't gonna know you there. You gonna walk through that, grandpa. Hey, girl, when you get here, you look good.
Exactly what
Why you was in the gate? Girl, I wasn't worried about you. I'm not worried about you. When I leave this world, I'm with Jesus. Shit, look,
Shit,
see,
my
that's
grandmother told us that when she goes, she's coming and pulling our feet. I was like, Grandma,
Oh
don't
wow,
do that.
yep.
Don't do that. Don't do that. She said, every time y'all do something wrong, I'm going to mess y'all
Mess
up.
y'all up, right?
Yeah. Even to this day, I have this is how I know my mama is watching over me, really, because she is. Because every now and again, when I mess up, I have one particular dream, and it's a repeat dream. I have it every time I mess up. I have this dream. I walk through the front doors, and she's just staring at me, hands on her hip, tapping her toe, looking at me, shaking her head.
She
And
didn't
then the
say
dream's
nothing.
over.
No, yeah.
She
That's
ain't
hard.
saying
That's
nothing.
really
Then
hard.
I wake up.
That's really
Then I
hard.
wake up. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's weird because I
We're
see
gonna
my
talk
dad
about dreams next because
pointing.
dreams are. I think
It's
you do
just
cross
weird.
over a little bit. Yeah, because you
I
see
just
people.
If I
noticed
do
she's
something
there because-
wrong, I see Dad pointing at me like he used to do when he was here. Like, Did it not
Yeah.
tell you? But he always had that finger out.
Mama don't say nothing.
That's right.
And then I had a conversation with a friend
She
of mine
will
the other
one
day.
day when you're ready.
Yep. I had a conversation with one of my friends, and my friend is one of these dreamer people where she believes in all these dreams and all other things like that. She believes in all that stuff. So when we was sitting there and she was like, we was talking about
I'm gonna see
demons
if I
and
can
if you
try to
die
get a guest
in
on
the
here that does that. That'll be fun, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna do
and
that.
yeah. And she was telling me, and I kept telling her that something strange. Okay, so this has been happening before a couple of nights now. What I do, my nightly routine is I'll pray. I say, Lord, protect me from anything that's going to try to harm me while I
Amen.
sleep. Watch up, I say a prayer over myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping, all of a sudden I hear somebody shout my name. Not like shout like the whole house could hear, but shout loud enough for me to hear. They be like, Sean, get up. And I'm looking like, what the fuck? And then I get up. And I'm looking around like, who the fuck? And I'm like, I could have sworn I just heard my grandma call my name. I could have heard my mama call my name. What the fuck is going on? But then I
I
just go
pray
back to
too.
sleep.
It's weird because we do the same thing. I
And
pray. I pray a
right.
Good
lot.
night.
But I was
I
telling
always
my
ask
friend,
God
me
to
down
watch
to
over
sleep.
all of us
Right.
and
mm-hmm,
to keep us safe and to put the hand on the world because people are going
mm-hmm,
crazy out the world and to
yep,
watch my soul as I sleep.
mm-hmm. And I was telling a friend that this was happening. Like, this is just weird because it would happen almost not every night, but almost every night where I get woken up by somebody calling my name. And she said, "Oh, you got angels watching over you." I said, "Huh?" She said, "Yeah, you got angels protecting you." And I told her that I prayed and all that good. She said the devil's trying to come after you because she's real Christian. The devil trying to attack you and he trying to get you in your sleep. So she's waking you up. The angels are waking you up so he can't get you because when you're awake he can't get you because when you sleep you at your most vulnerable because that's as close to death as you're gonna get being
Yeah,
alive.
true.
So they say when the devil's attacking you at night, he's trying to get you through bad dreams. And they say when you die in your dream, you die in real life. And you may not remember your nightmare, like you could be having a bad dream, and you don't even remember it. But when they wake you up, they're waking you up because you was under attack.
Right. You're
And
getting ready. Yeah.
oh, yeah, you under attack. So they wake you up so that you can be alert.
Yeah,
And
alert.
You
when
ever
you're
had a
alert, they
dream?
can't.
You ever had a dream you was in a casket?
I have dreams when I'm.
I had.
I never had
I had a
that
dream I
one.
was in a
I
casket. I
have
see myself in
dreams
a
about
casket
myself.
several times. And I asked my grandmother, Grandma, what does this mean? She was like, you're going to live a long time, baby. That's what that means. I'm like, I don't like being
I
in a
have
casket, though. Why I got to be in a casket?
Anyway, quickly.
Wow,
moving
that's
on. So,
weird. We
yeah.
gonna. I got a letter for you,
Yeah.
Sean. If you want to do that
Oh,
now.
that's what's great to say. You had a letter from me. Let's see what this shit.
Let me see if I can put it up there.
Well, while you do that, I got a
wrong
situation
one.
that I want to read out to everybody. While you do that, I got a situation I want to read out loud to everybody that happened recently, and I want to just get everybody's opinion of it. Yes, we're gonna use the board for this, so if you want to talk about it, use the board while she get a letter together. Okay. This letter is from somebody I know personally, and they were anonymous when they sent it to me. I know who they are, and some people in the room might know who they are. Berlin will definitely know who this is when I tell the letter. She'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Berlin don't say shit though, but she'll know exactly who I'm talking about when I say this letter. So basically what happened was they told me a situation, and I'm not even do anything. I'm just saying don't say nothing because you know who this letter's about, and you know who it is who wrote the letter. But I'm not because I don't have the letter on in front of me. I'm just kind of prefacing what they told me because it wasn't a letter. It's more like they asked my advice, and I'm kind of just put it to the audience. So what basically happened was this person was dating this guy. They are a part of the LGBT community. They were dating this guy, whatever the case may be. This guy and him broke up. They no longer together. And about 2 months after him and this guy broke up, this guy's SL father started having sexual relations with his son's ex, which is the person who talked to me about it for the advice. And first, he didn't want to lose his father's, he didn't want to lose his SL father. SL father's a good guy. He didn't want to lose his SL father, blase, blase, blase. So at first he told him, he said, you know what, I don't care what you do. I don't want to hear shit about my ex. I don't want to hear about him. I don't want to see him. I don't want to, whatever y'all do, leave me out of it. It's what he said. So his father took it as if he had the green light to have sex with his son's ex. But that's not what he meant. And and after a while, this happened, last year sometime. And then after about another month or so, it finally, the young man who I'm talking about went to therapy and he brought up because it was killing, it was eating him up inside. He wanted to say something. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm moving too ahead. Basically, what happened was the young man forgot about it. He was like, "It's over with, it's done." He forgot about it. About a month later, his father started posting pictures of him and this person having him and his ex having sex on Instagram and things like that, like little like seductive pictures on Instagram. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow.
Pictures on Instagram. So it made the guy feel a certain way. So he was see, Berlin know what I'm talking about. So he was feeling some type of way about or whatever the case may be. So he stopped talking to his father and told him that this is why I stopped talking to you. And after a while, he tried to explain to his dad, hey, this is why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, and this is all that good stuff. Trying to explain to him why he's feeling the way he's feeling. But his father kept saying, "But we talked about this. You said it was okay." And eventually the man that I'm talking about left his dad. They are no longer father and son on SL, whatever the case may be. And the father cried and cried and cried his ass out begging his son to stay, and he was like, "I can't stay. You are putting your," basically he said, "You putting your dick over me. You're putting what you want to do with your penis over the relationship with your son, and I can't do with that."
Wow.
So now only that the sister, which was the guy's sister that I'm talking to, has left the family. So now the father has no more kids. All of his kids have left the family because of this one other incident. And now he's mad and he's kind of bitter. And he's like, F everybody, because he felt like he was betrayed by everybody. So the question that was posed to me was, did he make the right decision giving up his father and moving on and being happy? And Annie, you go ahead first.
All right, on the board. That's a good one.
Annie, go ahead. Open your mic. Gotta turn your mic on, Annie.
I'm sorry. First of all, I feel like family relations, there's boundaries. There's some boundaries that I do not cross. His father crossed that boundary. Therefore, he did the right thing. And I feel he did. Because you went out with my ex and you putting pictures up with my ex and you expect me to sit there. I can't take stuff like that. See, I would curse a nigga out for real. I can't do it. I just can't. I would curse one of my sisters out, my father, whoever. They will get it. That is just wrong.
Yeah.
That is just wrong. If you're my brother and I'm not gonna go with you. Like, what the hell? Mm-hmm. If you're my father, which I have a situation like that, by the way. I have a father that turned around, and after my mom left him, he turned around and tells me, "Well, maybe you should be my girl." Yeah, and I was like, "What?" I told my husband, I was like, "Babe, you ain't gonna believe this." I showed my husband, and he was like, "Wow." That's why I don't have no respect for him. Mm-hmm. So when I talk to him, I curse him out all the time. But that was wrong. That's really wrong. There's certain shit you don't do. And that's one of them.
Yeah.
All right, Berlin, listen, don't you say who the fuck is. Know exactly who it.
I know exactly who it's about. All I'm going to say is to that guy is that protect your peace at all costs, because your father didn't respect you or love you enough to not do such an act like that. He was thinking about himself and himself alone. He wasn't thinking about your feelings. He wasn't thinking of you as a person. He did not care about you. How you gonna say that you're my father and at the same time want to smash every person I've been dating? That's wrong. That's like saying you're hurting you first, but cause an issue with me and the person that I'm with just to get into their pants. It's like you're taking advantage of somebody's. Yeah, you're taking advantage of somebody's vulnerability, and then on top of that, you still doing it, and then you trying to feel like you are the victim when you're not. You're the predator. Like you did that. So I feel like the person who wrote this letter, tell him that I said we could jump his father at any point in time because his hands and that
my shoes.
I think exposing him was good. Everybody else
like the person that he hurt, I'm still very much in love with. And I don't understand why somebody would do that to somebody who didn't hurt them.
That's just gross.
What you saying, Tisa?
Huh?
What you saying, Tisa? You
I
said
said,
something,
yeah.
but
You
yeah,
said
stop.
that. You said that everybody else left them too. You know, the rest. That's
Yeah.
Well,
that's
they had.
punishment enough too. They
I
should.
would
They
too.
should have done that. Yep.
I would too.
All
Yep.
right. So Berlin, you wanna tell everybody who it's about? Because I don't care.
Oh
You can tell them.
boy. Oh.
Yes,
You
it
want to tell
was
them?
about this guy we all know and very much love and care about. That's who it was about. That's who it's about.
All
I
right.
don't
Now
want
you
to
ain't gonna
tell
give us
it
a
because I
name.
think they already know.
I
I
was telling you.
don't.
I was saying.
Is it Sean?
Yeah, it's me. It was my
Yes,
situation.
it's
I
Oh.
had
you.
this happen to me
Oh
a
my
couple weeks
God.
ago.
Aw.
Oh, wow,
hmm
Sean. I'll take
Yep, it
him.
was
Pop the
the
shit out.
guy that y'all seen here. His name was
I know the name, y'all. Wow.
the guy that y'all seen here, who I kept calling Dad, Kingston. That was my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the situation that happened where I broke up with my guy friend or whatever, and he started sleeping with my guy friend, and I had a couple months of battle with myself trying to figure out what to do because I was like, that's a good man, good dad. He's never been mean to
You
me.
breaking up?
Come back
Oh,
to the
sorry.
mic. Come back to the mic.
I'm here. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I was just saying it was an internal battle for about a few months because I was sitting there struggling with myself like should I leave him? Should I because SL is small, it could
Right.
have been, so but yeah, that
I
was
have
about
this
me. And
advice for you, hon.
I
You,
love him now,
you
so
way better. You deserve much better than that.
Oh my
First of all, if
God.
your
Yes,
father
now
could do
protect your
that,
peace.
if your father could do that to you and your ex could go along with that ride, they both. I'm not gonna curse. I'm not gonna
Oh, you
curse.
go
But you
ahead.
already know what's in my head, right?
They
They
can
can
Go
both
screw
go
each
fuck
other.
themselves.
I'm not gonna curse. Okay?
They can
You
both
need
go
me to
screw
go blow up some
themselves.
shit?
Exactly. There you go. That's a better way of saying it.
right.
Cause man,
no,
I want to take off my shoes and hit both of them upside the head.
Sean,
Hurting
do you
Sean
need
like
me to
no,
that.
go take
no,
care
no.
of
I was
Right.
raised where that the Lord will fight my battles. All I have to do is stay still, and let the Lord fight my battles, and that is exactly how I've been
Yeah,
raised. I
God
know
does
y'all.
fight our battles, but you got us too.
So
He will fight your
no,
battle.
no, it's okay. No,
They never
it's
got to log back online until they get a new computer. I'm just saying.
no, no, no.
Ridiculous. That was wrong.
it's
That was so
it's
wrong.
okay now because I have as y'all met, I have a new mother now. I have a father now, and we're actually about to plan up a real life meetup. We're going to Vegas on my in the March. We're going to do a
Let's
real life
not
meetup.
talking about a gun. I'm
Oh
sorry.
God.
Nephew, next time you come to me and I take care of it, I sure will.
There's the
All right,
letter.
what's better you guys?
Come on to TT. I got you, baby.
I don't know where I put the other letter. I put it on some board. All right, it's up there.
All right, let's see. Dear Sean,
where?
how would you handle a situation where one of your, I guess, ex-friends now mistakenly calls you and begins talking about you like a dog before realizing he or she called you by mistake, meaning he or she was actually calling someone else? Whether or not you heard enough to piss you off, should that person be forgiven? Signed, anonymous. The short answer to that question is simply no. That person should not be forgiven because the way that I see it is the God that I say has a very funny way of exposing people to you. If you ask him to expose people who do not belong in my life, God has a very funny way of doing it. Because how do you accidentally press my name and not the person you wanted to call? And how do you accidentally not see my name on a caller ID and start talking shit before looking? I mean, because when I'm texting somebody, I'm looking at the caller ID, I look at the name, I'm checking the name and make sure I'm calling them right. I'm doing all this stuff. So God has a very funny way of exposing people in your life. It's a very funny way of showing you who is real and who is not real. Who's in your life for a season, who's in your life for the whole entire your lifeline. So no, you should not forgive this person because God exposed that person to you for a reason. Now, what you do with this person is up to you. That's your life and your decisions. But God did what He did for a reason. So now it's up to you to make a
That
decision of
message
what
was
you
meant
do.
for that person. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Who's on the board? Go ahead, Berlin.
I was gonna say to piggyback off of you, but God also said to forgive your enemies. So He exposed them. He wants you to forgive them, and He wants you to reflect and move on. He ain't telling us to go in there and go upside their head or none of that. But the person who wrote that, listen, think of why they coming like that, and go about your business. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're a person like me, I'm gonna take a recording of that because of the second you come back to me talking about, oh, well, we're cool. We're no, I'm gonna play this. And were you cool with me when you said all this and thought this about me? No. What did I ever do to you as a person for you to talk and hate me so much?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what have I done to you? And you felt comfortable enough. That, like Sean said, there ain't no way you gonna pick up a phone, call somebody else, and talk about me, and
without
not know my phone
realizing
number.
without realizing who you're talking to.
Must
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
harbored so much hate in your heart to just call me and tell me about it. Like you are in a confession box. How you confessing your hatred for me? That lets me feel like that tells me you really never was a friend. You probably had always had this feelings towards me. It's just wow. Oh, lady, can you just sit down? That's all I gotta
Right.
say.
So, Spirit, and then I got some
Next on
trivia
the
for y'all.
board.
Yeah,
And we're gonna-
I feel like they do. First off, I'm not finna forgive you, and I'm not gonna turn the other cheek. But what I am gonna do instead is say, "Oh, that's how you really felt about me." Good, cause I feel the same way. And the fact
Touche.
that they called
Touche.
you thinking they was talking to somebody else, let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let you know there's some deep-seated jealousy there. Because if I occupy your mind that much, it's something about me that you envy.
Mm-hmm.
All
Amen.
right, guys. Well, thank you
Well,
guys for
thank
that little
you. That
segment.
person is me.
Um,
It happened to me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What the hell?
Yes. It hurts.
Oh, shit.
He said,
And I'm
what the-
listening. I'm listening to y'all now, but the whole situation hurt. And I was
Meanwhile, do they need their computer for anything?
no. I heard a lot today to put me in a frame of mind of yeah, it happened to me where and I just got finished talking to this person and then explaining the reason why I felt the way I felt for a situation, and then not even 10 or 15 minutes later this person was calling somebody else to talk about me.
Wow.
Yeah, and dialed me by accident. So I just said, hey, and then it went off with the mouth, and then I'm just listening. And I said, and I happened to say the word really. No, I can't say who it was. I said, really? Yeah, da 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 da.
Yeah, slide it in our box. Who was it?
We want to know.
No.
Inquiring minds want to know.
No, and then I just said, wow, did you realize who you talking to? And then the person said, oh, shit, and laughed. And then I just hung up the phone.
Oh, man.
That was not.
I'm
So-
sorry that happened to you.
Anyway, Jackie's on the board. I don't know if she's going to take Sean's next. Yeah, it was me. I put that up there. Just
Oh, wait. Can I ask one question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it someone we know? So we could...
Oh, you might, but I'm not going to say.
Well, I don't want the person on my list if they talking smack about you.
It's I wrote that because I'm in a place where I'm just trying to figure a lot of things out. So
You got to let it go.
yeah, if you've been friends a long time, but
You know, they always hate on the
It don't matter.
anointed ones. They always hate on the anointed ones.
People talk about
Well-
it all the time. I give two fat fucks. Talk.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted
You,
to.
me, everybody. People talk about me like crazy. I don't care. They be in my face smiling. Next thing.
Mima,
huh?
can I just announce it real quick?
Yes. And then Sean, you got
You
another.
guys,
All right,
I have
Spirit.
a new mesh clothing class starting on February 2nd. If you'd like to know more information about it, just hit me up and we'll sit down and talk about it.
Yeah, I might join that class.
Okay.
February. Yeah, I might join it.
What was the class? I'm sorry.
Mesh clothing. So you'll actually learn how to rig. You'll learn Marvelous Designer. You'll learn the basics of Blender and the basics of Substance Paint.
And then what about if they don't have the particular software to do it?
I will ensure that you have everything. Period.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's not bad because that sounds like the classes I did. I'm wearing
What's
the
the
outfit
what's
that I
the
wore, the maid.
what's the cost of this class though? Because you giving all this good shit, but what's the cost of this class though, Spirit?
30K.
Huh?
And you
And
can
it's
That
either
ain't too
pay.
bad.
evening.
That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad.
No, and you can pay by Linden or by Cash App. By Cash App, you won't have that extra $15-$20 to upload.
30K is not bad. Can you do installments? Or you want it all
Um,
up front?
30K is
it depends person to person and the
30K
vibe I
is
get
about
off of them.
$30, $40.
The one thing,
Coach, you better
no,
go hit
30K
that
is
poll and make 30K.
$122. The one thing about it is if you do installments,
sorry.
I will.
Sorry.
The day that your payment is due, if I do not have that payment before class start, you will not be attending that day until it's paid.
Yeah, 30K is like 100, 5, 10, 15, 20.
122,
35.
121.99.
Yep.
30. Yeah.
So I got a question. What rigging tool are you using to teach people to rig?
Avastar.
Okay, why would people use Avastar when you could go to Bento Buddy? There's less steps. I teach
Hey,
classes
you know
too.
what? I'm using Avastar, and that's what I teach. So I mean, it is.
Trust
what it
me,
is.
Bento Buddy is way better. It's 3 steps. It's supposed to you
Bento
using
Buddy
different
is not
bones.
as stable as Avastar either.
I'm wearing an outfit that I made using Bento Buddy.
Wait a
But
minute.
it's
Let me
not as
zoom on that.
stable.
Let's see what you got.
Yes, it is. I'm guaranteed.
All right, well, y'all can discuss
Oh,
it on
yeah,
your
y'all
own
can
time.
talk,
And y'all
yeah.
can debate that on your own time, and y'all can figure out
That's
what's
a
best
good
for y'all.
thing. Yeah.
I was going to do some trivia, but as seen that the time done ran out, I guess I don't really have no time. I could do 2 or 3 questions, and those who get the question right will get 50 lendings. But I also want to remind you guys that if you are interested, after the show around 4 o'clock, it will be Red Alert will be coming on. There will be some interesting topics about gender roles and why women don't need why women don't need men anymore. I feel like they don't need men in their life anymore. Talking about the N word
In
and
the world.
gay and things like that on Red Alert. I'm coming up soon at 4 o'clock. I'm kind of stuttering, so I'm trying to get through it really quick.
Red Alert.
But we're gonna. It's my talk show I do after that. I have my own talk show I have to do after this. Spirit.
Okay,
So
you need to TP me.
sure, I'll TP you. So that is what we're doing. It's kind of the same. I really want Tisa to come one day. I can't wait for Tisa to come one day.
I got
So yeah,
set.
she is set, so she can't go.
Right.
She don't have to. She don't.
But we
She
do
ain't a host
that.
of
You know
that.
how
She can
long
come.
I've been doing that set after our talk show? 9 years.
I know, but I know. But are you the host?
What?
You the host of the show, right?
No. Mama B's the host, but I got to be there because I serve drinks and all that.
Okay, so she ain't gotta be there because ain't nobody drinking nothing. Let me stop. I'm just joking. But yeah, so really quick, I'm gonna do 2 or 3 trivia questions. Those who get the question right will get 50 lendings, and then a reminder, and then I've started like 4 o'clock, and we'll start TPing people down to Red Alert Studios, and then we'll get our talk show going on at Red Alert. It's gonna be really interesting, and one day she's gonna come, and I can't wait. So the first question is, in the 1990 to 1991 season, as well as the 1991-1992 season, this TV show was the first lineup of must-see TV. The parents were doctors and a lawyer, and they had 5 children. What show was it? 10 seconds.
Cosby
10.
Show.
Cosby Show. Tisa got it right because she said the Cosby Show. It's not Bill Cosby. It's Cosby. It's the Bill Cosby Show.
You don't have to pay me, though. Go
You
ahead.
sure? Okay.
Yeah. Next.
I don't care. You do care. Whatever. Anyway.
Go ahead.
Anyway.
We knew who it was. The only lineup you could go with is the Bill Cosby Show, the Cosby Show, Family Matters.
Anyway.
Who else put
moving
it up
on.
there?
Moving
Give it
single,
to that.
living single.
Oh, you done
Who
busted
am
all this
I?
stuff.
Who am I? I am one of Blank Winslow's best friends who can often be heard say, "No problem, Bob." Who am I?
The Fonz? No.
No, he said Winslow, so that would be off that Urkel show.
Who's okay? Actually, she said it first.
Yeah.
It is Waldo. Yeah, actually said it first, so
What
she
is
get the
it?
50. Waldo.
Oh, okay.
Eddie. I didn't want to say his. I didn't want to say his name because as soon as I said his name, y'all can get it. But Waldo, I'm actually rewatching the Family Matters series, so
So
it's
ecstasy
actually
got
kind of
it.
good. Here we go. Here's the next one. Conrad Bain or Brain starred on what TV show in the 1970s and early 80s?
Can you repeat
Nope.
that, sir?
Say that again.
Can you repeat that again?
Conrad. It's Bain. I don't know what that. Conrad Bain starred on what TV show in the 1970s and early 80s? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Taxi?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the correct answer is Different Strokes. Moving on.
You gave 10 seconds this time. Last week it was 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm being nice. I'm being nice.
Okay. That was a hard one.
Question. Who am I? I was the friendly I was the friendly neighbor of Tim Taylor. He often came to me for advice. Who am I?
Mr. Rogers.
10, 9,
I was just thinking about Mr.
7,
Rogers too.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the show, the name is Wilson, and he is from Home Improvement.
Oh.
Wilson from Home Improvement. Y'all suck at it.
Go ahead.
During this show, this show during the 1892, Lord, I said it wrong. This show during the 1982-1993 season was about an ex-basketball player who also happened to be an alcoholic and owned a bar. The show took place mainly in the bar and was about the lives of the workers and its main customers. What was the name of this show? Cheers is the name of the show. Ecstasy, you already won, so I'm going to give it to Tisa, but she said I ain't got to pay her.
Well,
so next!
Then give it to Ecstasy.
Nope.
All right, you running it. Go ahead.
Cause cause Ecstasy not gonna get all my goddamn money like last
She's
time.
good at trivia. I'm telling you now.
She really is. All right, question whatever. A group of kids solve mysteries with the help of a supernatural being that often communicated with using the pins they wore around their necks. What show does this describe? I'm gonna read it again just to make. Ecstasy, get the fuck out! I'm sick of you. Get out, Ecstasy. Get out.
See, I'm telling you. Even on that memory board out there, she kicked butt out there too.
She was. Let me find a hard one. Hold on. Okay. All right, here we go. During the decade of the 1990s, which television network ended the seasons with the most #1 rated programs according to the Nielsen ratings? Okay, Tisa did get that right. Wait. Yeah, she got it right. NBC. Okay,
yeah, figured that.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
It was coming, trust me.
All right, here's another one. Who am I? I am the friend who is the neat freak. I am also a professional chef. Who am I?
Who's that? Oh, man. Oh,
I hear somebody typing.
No, that's just me
Can
pretending.
you say it again? Because I didn't hear what you said.
Who? Starflare won it. It's Monica, but I'm gonna read it again for those who didn't hear it. I am the friend who is the neat freak. I am also a professional chef. Who am I? The answer is Monica, who was also Ross' sister from the show Friends.
Friends.
So that was you. I bet you didn't know that. She said that. She couldn't wait to say that, huh? There you go. I gave you a little 50 minutes. Your little funky little change.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Which 1990s television series contains a theme song with the following lyrics? When I see their happy faces smiling back at me, I know there's no greater feeling than the love of a family. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Shit!
Was that Seventh
God
Heaven?
damn it! Yes, it was Seventh Heaven.
Singing it too. Go ahead.
She'll watch it.
Let me put. All right.
I started watching that when Happy died. I was no longer happy.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen. That's
Uh-uh.
sitting there all chilled and getting all the correct
Y'all
answers.
know how to be quicker than her. All right, so here's another.
Who's her?
You was
Execute,
her,
quicker
girl.
than
You
execute.
been answering these
She ain't
things
on this
back to
one.
back. You ain't missing nothing.
Listen. Berlin, if you don't get this one, we're gonna fight. Because if you didn't watch the show back when you was a kid, we're gonna fight.
There's a lot of things I didn't watch as a kid.
Well, we're gonna fight.
I
What
was more
was the
into
name?
streets than watching TV, sir.
What was the name of the show that starred Dipsy, Lala, Poe, and Tinky Winky?
The Teletubbies? Are you really fucking serious?
The Tubby Tubby.
Okay, Doc. Doc
Who did that? What's the answer? What's the answer?
Teletubbies.
Oh,
Teletubbies.
who
Doc
got
was
it?
quick with it. Doc in the back was Takala was the quick with it.
We know what they've been watching.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right,
I'm
that's a
gonna
good
do
one.
one. No, go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
Who?
Oh, I thought she was.
Oh, no,
I
no.
thought she was saying something. Okay, last question. From 1993 to 1998, in the 9 p.m. slot was a show about nothing. What show could this be?
That dude who paint all the time. What's his name?
Twilight
Ben
Zone?
something?
About nothing.
I ain't never.
Yeah, Bob
About
Ross. I couldn't
nothing.
stand that. He
From
talking about his
1993. From 1993 to 1998, in the 9 p.m. slot was a show about nothing. What
You know where your
show
children are?
could this be?
Invisible Man.
It's
Okay, she over here googling shit. It's Seinfeld, so she got it right. But I think she googling shit. So you get your little money. But it was
Who got
Seinfeld.
it? Who got it?
Felicia, yeah.
Maybe she
Anyway,
just
y'all,
knew it.
thank y'all so much for playing with me. Thank you for joining me on this show. Starting in less than 5 to 10 minutes, it's going to be red alert. For those who want to TP, I will TP them.
And you can
If I
also
do not have you
stay
on my friends
here
list, please message
because
me.
we have a
For those of
party
you who
going
cannot
on.
attend my show but want to go across the street and party along with Tisa and get free drinks and get drunk off your own whatever invisible liquid she's serving,
Oh, shut
you can
up.
go across the
It's
street. You
real
got
wine.
set by DJ Extraordinaire and hosted by Mama B Movies or whatever you want to call her. So yeah, love y'all. See y'all there and have fun. Happy Sunday. Bye.
All right,
Make sure
y'all.
you TP
Thank y'all
us.
again for showing up next Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to
Always
get a
TP
guest
people.
on there
Girl
to
is
talk
rude,
about dreams.
Flat out, she's rude. The reason that she wanted to discredit me, do you know she told me I was copying her? I don't know her to copy her. You know what I
Wait.
mean? That little girl, she just fucking rude.
Who?
Somebody need to slap her
little
in the
girl?
goddamn mouth and whip her ass like she should have got her ass whooped when she was a teenager.
Uh-oh. I don't know what you're talking
did she
about.
just now?
Huh?
She said just now that you try to copy her?
Yeah, in my box because I told her, why are you trying to discredit me? That's just rude, right? She gonna tell me you old copying bitch. That bitch can kiss my ass
my
on
God.
any day.
Oh, y'all, can we have both of y'all on the show next
But
week
it's the same one.
as guests?
It's the same one that feel like I'm supposed to quit my job so she get a fucking opportunity.
Oh. Well, she's not here right now, I don't think.
But I wouldn't pay that shit, bitch. You suck my asshole. Man, meanwhile, she need her ass whooped like she a 2-year-old. That's what she fucking need.
It is
Like she
so
about 8 years
funny.
old.
All right. Well, we could have we had a wrestling ring over there. We could put it back out there again next Sunday. Y'all can wrestle. No. Well, you take care of that. Let her know.
It's just rude. And then you don't, right? Because my hips will show fucking break because I sure got problems with it. I sure ain't gonna lie about it. And look, y'all to see me try to roll over to get off the ground.
Well, I gotta go across the way and spam for the.
myself up on my hands and my feet, and then I got to grab hold of something. Y'all to see that shit. It's hilarious.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see,
Tisa,
huh?
what's the sexiness now? What's with all this sexiness?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
I'm a new. It's 2024. Come on.
Uh-huh.
I'm still working on it.
Great job for her.
I like this outfit though.
Immigrants is taking all
It's
her
pretty.
possibilities.
Thank you. I'm getting ready. After eating Anna D meals, man, I gotta stop eating her.
Made
bad
Look
spirit.
at all that
Okay.
booty. Hey, that's that cornbread.
That's the cornbread right there, right?
You feel like a motherfucker
I
supposed to
am
quit their job and you in
Now
there.
I
you know,
am
Sit your
into
ass
cornbread
down.
too,
you
man.
know the
I
best
I
response to
wouldn't let that
anybody
get to
calling
you.
you an old bitch is you
thank
let
you,
them spray
y'all.
you,
You
sis.
know.
All right, that was Real Talk Uncut. As I walk out every Sunday, and I go across to the club, Hot Buttered Soul. Eventually, they will tune out behind me, but we do have DJ extraordinaire on the mic, like we do every Sunday for that Sweet Soul Sunday Jam, with his awesome host, Mama B. So right now, I'm gonna send out some invites. Join him on the dance hut. And this is the club. As you can see, you see this all the time. Yo, Joetic, I'm still live. Real Talk Uncut. I have like about 1 minute left. So those of you who are listening outside of Second Life, this is what Second Life is all about, but not all of what Second Life is about. We do a lot of things here, horseback ride. I'm a DJ. Joetic right here next to me is DJing up next here at Hot Butter Soul.